This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what that means.
Is it hump day?
No, it's
The day after.
It's the day after hump day.
Even better.
Close.
Close. No. It's podcast day. My name is Eddie Lyon, and thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Did you hear what they're doing with 7-Eleven? They're introducing like more Japanese meals.
Are they really?
Have you seen this shit? Well, because 7-Eleven in Japan is a fucking huge bit, like a big old deal.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just like, yeah, I'm on my way to 7-Eleven to get myself something for dinner. Like it's like a whole thing.
Like I know that it's been let's see, 2001 was when I came back. So I mean I know it's been over 20 years. But like when I was in Korea, man, like everything was cooler in Korea than here. Like McDonald's was cooler, fucking Popeye's chicken was the fucking bomb, dude. Like everything was so much better and cooler outside of the US.
It was so weird.
It was nuts.
Oh yeah.
Like it tasted better. They had better menus. They had just cooler shit. Like it was nuts.
That's wild.
Yeah.
With me as always is Cole Simper.
In space, no one can hear you cream.
And Derek Reese.
You provincial fuck.
Nick Lewis couldn't be with us today. He's got the concert going mud butt.
Something about a limp biscuit. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is the Temu thing.
Yeah.
Dude, I've sent you a couple TikToks of that concert that he's going to. They've got fucking what's his name?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman.
Fucking riding around on one of those hoverboards.
You know what? At least he's not trying to play guitar.
Well, I mean,
he did.
Oh God.
So have you heard the rumor about how they don't think Corey Feldman was like actually playing the guitar?
I mean, I fully believe it's him because I can't imagine it like hiring somebody to play that poorly to pretend he's playing. Like
it's one of the worst guitar solos in the history of guitar solos.
Because like, I mean, he's sitting there doing the diddly, but it's like because he's not fucking hitting. He's not hitting the frets in the right places, the right timings. Nothing. It's just like the notes are able to resonate and ring out. Like it's not, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you can't possibly imagine that sounds good.
Could you imagine his self-image, like to just go out there the way that he does?
True.
And just fucking.
He has to be self-aware. He has to be somewhat self-aware.
No way. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he is 100% drinking his own Kool-Aid.
I mean, because even Nickelback at the height of the Nickelback hate, like it affected them, and hurt their feelings. Like people making, just gobs of money and having like tons of adoring fans, that negativity still affected them. I don't think Corey understands what's happening outside.
No, he's so. He's so into himself. Like, dude,
it almost kind of feels like they're making fun of him. Like they're like on this tour, they're bringing him out. I mean, isn't it literally called the Loserville tour? Like,
I think so. I don't know.
Like they're genuinely like parading him around like a freak show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no.
If I was Corey Feldman, I'd be like, you motherfuckers aren't my friends.
Right?
I mean, they're probably paying him a good amount of money to do it.
I hope so.
Right? Fucking Fred Durst looking like he just stepped out of Amish and fucking.
Like he looks like he thinks that he is a member of or not, you know what, not even specifically a member of the group, but he looks like he thinks that he was an extra in the Sabotage video. He was, yeah, he was in the Beastie Boys Sabotage video. Maybe it's just cosplay, I don't know, but
Fred Durst was always an interesting character to me because he just like loves. I don't even know what to say about him. Have y'all seen his movie?
What movie?
It's called The Fanatic.
No.
And it's with John Travolta. John Travolta is playing a retarded man that is obsessed with an actor, I think, an actor in the movie, and he just is like obsessed with him and gets to the point where he like breaks into his house and fucking
what the hell?
It's a really bad movie, but it is directed by Fred Durst. Don't recommend it at all.
It sounds like it would be wrong way. It sounds like it would be great for Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
Perfect fodder.
That's so great.
That fucking Scientology weirdo.
But we are the Nerd Corporation. Welcome to episode 197, the Nerdy News Network thing.
Newstravaganza.
Yeah, this one goes out to John Travolta's dead child that fell and hit his head on was it the tub? He like slipped. Yeah. He like slipped and hit his head. Like $1 million babied himself. This one goes out to you, big guy.
This is yours, all you, buddy.
You know what though? I'm cooler with John Travolta than I am with what's
Tom
the
Cruise.
little guys? Yeah. Tom Cruise.
I don't know why you said Scientology, so I was like, oh, the other famous Scientologist is Tom Cruise, who's they're both complete fucking freaks, been brainwashed by that.
Yeah, but I mean, John Travolta seems to have just stopped talking about it. Like he went pretty silent about Scientology like a while ago, but Tom Cruise is still like, you know,
I'm in love with Katie Holmes and Scientology.
And it pissed me off too when they were like, "Oh, America did so great at the Special Olympics."
Yes, we did.
At the Olympics. And then, but for some reason, like they're like, I saw these, you know, social media stories about, "Oh, America did so great," and then here's Tom Cruise too, and I was like, "What the fuck are we? Who cares about?" That's not what any of this is about. Yeah. Like, fuck off with Tom Cruise. Don't focus on Tom Cruise. Focus on the fucking athletes that did cool ass shit.
Right? Fuck him.
Fuck that bitch.
You know who I found out apparently was a royal piece of shit was Rob Schneider.
Yeah, he took a huge right turn, literally.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's also like according to his kid, he's always been a piece of shit.
He's a really bad father. Yeah. And he did this thing, I think it was with Tucker Carlson. Did I send that to you on TikTok of him doing it? It's Rob Schneider with an interview with Tucker Carlson. Okay. And Tucker's like, you've been pretty public with you and your daughter have been pretty publicly feuding. And like, is there anything you'd like to say to your daughter? And he like looks at the camera and is like crying, like his eyes are like super watery. He's like, I fucked up a lot. Well, it seemed genuine. Like he seems kind of, yeah. I mean, in that regard, like I think
it's kind of funny for like somebody who has done the will be kind and say films.
Don't talk shit about Animal Boy or Wild Boy. Animal? What is it? The Animal.
I don't even know what it's called. Shut up. No, but for somebody that's done the movies that Rob Schneider's done, like it seems really weird for me that he is so staunchly on the right. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? It takes all kinds, I guess, but like,
bro, so I gotta tell you, it's like a right wing thing, a right wave that's happening. I know that I'm not getting political or anything, but like it's very obviously on the rise. Like last night we went to a movie. I'm gonna get into it, but dude, I'm gonna tell you right now, I fucking lost it when the trailer for Reagan played. Have you seen this shit?
No.
It is Dennis Quaid is playing Ronald Reagan.
What the fuck?
And let me tell you right now, I fucking lost it, because one of the one of the like stinger like shots of like, hey, remember this is a movie and this really did happen, it's fucking him being like, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. I'm like, this is awful. This is cancerous, bro. Like, it's
so you know how Randy Quaid, years ago went fucking off the rails or whatever. Well, he was announced for our Comic-Con, and I was like, oh, is he better? He is not.
Is not. He isn't. No, sir.
It's just a thing that's happening that I think is, inevitable. It was gonna happen anyways. Like,
wait,
yeah, I was hoping.
Do you mean Randy Quaid or Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid.
Okay, I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just, I jumped to Randy with this whole thing.
Gotcha.
But,
it just didn't look. It doesn't look good at all. It looks like it's shot like in the early 2000s. Like, I don't know.
Maybe are they trying to go for like a,
no.
Hey, this is the like the grainy footage that would have been.
No, I mean, for the vibe that I got is like it was like on like an honest to God autobiography of like
a biopic,
like a biopic. Yes,
interesting.
As if we're not swimming in enough of those.
Yeah,
and right before that was the fucking Bob Dylan Timothy Chalamet movie. Where I'm like, oh, like 20 people are gonna go and see that.
Do you want to know
that's the way it goes, though. It's just, things change and
saturated and annoying.
People get freaked out by the change and death grip onto the stuff that they're familiar with, and
you know what
we all do it.
It's, you want to know, like, speaking of biopics, Cole, I sent it to you in a TikTok. But Matt Damon and Ben Affleck want to make a Hulk Hogan movie.
Absolutely, bro.
Centering around like the whole controversy part. Like,
I sent it to you. I thought but I can't remember. Yeah. I also sent it to Angela, and we watched it this morning in our weekly or weekend TikTok watch, and I cannot wait. I would love to know all the juicy fucking bits of like what happened with that and the Gawker emails and all of that shit, dude. Man. That would be juicy.
So but the part that gets me the most is that Affleck wants to play Hogan.
What?
Yeah.
See, I don't know though. Like that.
I think he would crush it.
He would.
That must have been tough though. Like, how do you pick among all of the shitty things Hulk Hogan has done throughout the years?
Right.
Like, how do you pick the one that you want to make a movie about? Because I mean, God, there's so many to choose from.
I think the sex tape and the Gawker emails has the most meat on it.
That's true.
So that's like there's like the most like that you could pick out of that. And
the other day I saw a little reel or whatever where I think it was that Chris Van Vliet was talking to Goldberg, and Goldberg recounted a time where I think it was like the first time that Hogan was going to lose to him, and he was like, hey, like, so what are we gonna do during our match? And Hogan's like, well, you know what, man, don't worry about it, we'll just call it in the ring. First of all, which is concerning, that Goldberg was like, I'd never done that before.
Right.
He was like, I don't know how you do that. Like, so I was super nervous. But anyway, he said that like during the match, Hulk Hogan puts him in a headlock, and his eyes started to sting because Hulk Hogan had put a bunch of Icy Hot on his arm intentionally to fuck with him.
There was some crazy shit back then. Dude, these Chris Van Vliet interviews that he does with these guys, like, what I don't know if it was on his podcast or another, but Mark Henry said he was gonna murder somebody, like, because someone had like fucked with his gear or whatever, and he was gonna tell and he's like, I went into that fucking locker room and says, I'm gonna kill every fucking one of you. And then it turns out that Paul Bearer was the one that fucking stole all his shit. Fucking Undertaker's manager. Did you just fucking
I literally just saw one yesterday where Undertaker was talking about one time where Paul Bearer fucked with him because I guess way back when Undertaker was a kid, like his mom had you know that white people shit where we cut up cucumbers, put it in like a bunch of vinegar and like eat that shit. Like yeah, it's so fucking good. I love it. But like he said that when he was a kid, his mom made a big old mess of that and he just chowed the fuck down and got super sick. Like he ate so much of it, got super sick, and like has hated cucumbers ever since. Like for a long time, he could barely even like look at a cucumber without like starting to, like get a little nauseous. And anyway, so I guess him, Taker, and someone else were at a restaurant, and he went to the bathroom, and, and when he came back, like he went to go take a drink of his water, and like both Taker and this other person were just sitting there like. And so he goes to take a drink of his water, and there's a big old slice of cucumber in it, and he's like, "All right, which one of you fucking did this?"
They used to prank each other all the time, him and Paul Bear.
Yeah.
Which wrestler was it that like took a shit before a match and like didn't wipe and then would like
Rikishi.
stick his fucking butt in people's faces?
Well, that was his like move, was the stink face, where he would like the people would like get down on their ass on the turnbuckle, and then he'd just rub his ass in their face, and that was one of his moves.
And that was what he would do to like if somebody like rubbed him the wrong way or pissed him off or whatever.
Yeah, he'd go take a big dump, like wipe enough, but not right. And then fucking would go.
Yeah.
See, I on a daily basis, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think about that, and I think about what the fuck was the other Gold Dust or Stardust or whatever.
Stardust.
He would just be gay and just make people uncomfortable.
Gold Dust. Yeah,
Gold Dust. Yep. Yeah.
So I'm watching old Raw and SmackDown or whatever, and it's him and Booker T together, and then he's doing that shit where he's like, and he's just like fucking like breathing in his face.
Yeah, I just can't help but think about that shit. That's so funny.
It is. It's super funny. And there was one time where he like in story he got electrocuted. And so he would glitch wake out. Yeah. He would just talk to people. He'd be like, "Oh," and he just like
he was really good at it.
It was so funny.
I'll be honest with y'all. I feel like I missed. Like I feel like I like actually missed this.
Yeah.
I could have been. I feel like if I was a kid, and like if my parents or if I like somehow, some way. I got
up with funky ass shit like every single day.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I feel like if I was infected with wrestling, like just a hair earlier, I think I would be right here with you guys. Like
a
Attitude Era
cold.
And all that. No, I'm just
infected, you motherfucker.
It's a mutagen. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot lately where I was like, damn, this is actually like if I was like 15 years younger, I would like actually fuck with this heavy. But
dude, it was crazy. Yeah, you had to like you really did have to be there.
I appreciate it, but like not in the same way that
exactly.
You guys do.
Like if you're experiencing it in the moment, it's definitely different than seeing it after the fact, like because you're just in the middle of it with everyone else. It's this whole huge communal thing, but yeah.
Anyway, this is our nerd news episode. We're gonna
but that's all the time we have, so
so fuck you, San Diego. We'll convene later, but so we're gonna get into the nerd news, just a everything that we've heard that we find interesting, and we hope you find interesting as well.
I only have one, so I'll go first.
Okay.
So Krafton, do you know who Krafton is?
No.
It's a video game developer. They helped develop PUBG as well as the Callisto Protocol. That's kind of their wheelbag, right? So I think at this point it was a couple of months ago where it was announced that Tango Gameworks was going to be one of the studios that Microsoft shuts down. And that sucked. That sucked really bad, considering that they just barely had a Game of the Year contender the year prior in what the fuck is it called? Something Rush.
Oh, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk?
No. It's the guitar. The fuck is it called? What is that game called? It came out first on Xbox and now it's coming to PlayStation finally. It's like a rhythm game made by fucking.
We're gonna have to look it up. We're gonna have to.
Something Rush, Tango Gameworks, Hi-Fi Rush. Jesus
Hi-Fi
Christ.
Rush. Yeah,
That is
that's
a
not
really,
memorable.
really good. Well, I
That's
don't know.
not
I'm also high too, so fuck, who knows. But it's a really good game. It was a really, like, a lot of people really fucking loved that game. And Tango Gameworks is no slouch, in my opinion. They made Evil Within 1 and 2. I really like those games. 2 less than 1 for sure. But then they also made that Ghostwire Tokyo game,
I still
which
haven't tried that game.
a lot of people really like. I don't like the FOV and shit. I'll check it out one day. I'm not into it right now.
Yeah.
But so what's interesting though is that Krafton bought Tango Gameworks. So now all of those devs, which is great. This is a wonderful thing. It's a little concerning considering Krafton really isn't that established, and Callisto Protocol kind of bombed in terms of like what they were expecting. So,
right.
It just makes me think that they're just in a similar situation. But what I thought was interesting and what should spark a little conversation is the fact that Microsoft didn't let go of some of that IP. So even though they bought Tango Gameworks, they did not get the IP to The Evil Within. They did not get the IP to Ghostwire Tokyo, and they didn't get the IP to one other one that I can't remember. But those two are really big because I'm like, oh, Krafton, Striking Distance that made Callisto Protocol. Let them make Evil Within 3. Holy fuck, that's an amazing idea.
Right.
But they can't because it's still a Microsoft IP.
What the hell?
So I just thought it was interesting. A lot of people are championing this, like, this is fucking awesome. This is like one of those feel good stories, and it is, and I don't mean to take away from it, but I worry about the budget with Krafton because PUBG is like the 4th battle royale that's like, in terms of popularity, and I don't know. Maybe they're fine, but
I mean, and even then, though, like PUBG was the one that kind of really started the whole battle royale craze.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and then Fortnite came over and just abso-fucking-lutely just was like, I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. Like, this is mine now. I'm gonna fucking put Galactus in the middle of the map, and then we're gonna fucking
and Thanos. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
All of them.
Dude, the Xenomorph is running around in Fortnite. Yeah. Fortnite is a fucking problem, man, because it's ubiquitous now.
They knew how to keep this shit going.
But yeah, I'm interested to see what's happening. Obviously, I think a sequel to Hi-Fi Rush is inevitable. Probably one that can run on the new Switch.
I need to play that game when it comes to PlayStation.
Yeah, or on your Steam Deck.
On my Steam Deck. I don't have a Steam Deck
yet.
Boy.
I'm gonna try. I don't know. I'm quitting my job, so it might
that might not be the best idea.
It might be a Christmas gift.
Well, we've lost some loved celebs this over the last couple weeks. Derek, why don't you let us know who those people are?
So first of all, we lost Charles Cyphers, who was known for Sheriff Lee Brackett in the Halloween movies.
Oh, okay.
He passed away on August 4th after just like a brief illness. It doesn't really go into what it was that caused his death. But so yeah, we lost him. We also lost Patty, and I'm probably going to butcher the last name. It's Japanese. Yasutake.
Okay.
Who was okay, good. Who was Alyssa Ogawa in the Star Trek franchise, and Fumi Nakai on Beef. She died August 5th from cancer.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, she's also had like guest spots on, all of the classic like 90s, like Mr. Belvedere, Murphy Brown, Picket Fence, like all of that type of shit,
Right.
And by the way, some of these will be in chronological order, but not all of them.
Okay.
We also have a couple of wrestling losses. We lost Kevin Sullivan on August 9th at 74. They said they didn't initially release the details, but eventually said that he was involved in a devastating accident.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And then he was diagnosed with sepsis and encephalitis after going through emergency surgery.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so fucking rough. I mean, wrestling fans don't need to hear his accolades, I mean, and his history. Like,
yeah,
I mean, he was all over. He was everywhere in WCW doing
yeah, big
so
time.
many different. Yeah. Then another wrestling one, we just like 2 months after Sika passed away, we've now also lost Afa on Hawaii.
Yeah.
Who, and he died on the 16th of August. So yeah, like super crazy. Then we've also got, let's see, a few others here. Not really a nerd death, but a big one all the same. Chichi Rodriguez passed away. Yes, August 8th. Puerto Rican golfer, but I mean that's a big name,
Yeah.
Like, I never even followed golf and I knew who he was.
Yeah, same here.
Which is wild. But then on August 9th, we lost Susan, and I have no idea how to pronounce her last name. Wojcicki?
Wojcicki.
Wojcicki? Okay.
Wojcicki, she's the
YouTube
fucking the big lady
CEO,
at YouTube.
yeah.
Which is fucking crazy, dude. That was a big one.
Right.
That was also, I think, lung cancer as well.
Yes, that was lung cancer. Right.
That was shocking as shit.
Yeah.
Because
I'm 56 too.
I'm pretty into the YouTube scene. I watch a lot of YouTube, and she is a common talked about figure, just because of how she runs the company and everything. And I wonder where YouTube is going without her, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not that she was like fucking perfect for the role or anything, but like she was a shiphead, like the shipmaster for the entire boat.
Right. We also lost Rachel Lillis, who was, I mean, Misty and Jesse. Oh, and Jigglypuff. I didn't know about Jigglypuff, but she was Misty and Jesse in Pokemon, and she died of breast cancer.
Dang.
Yeah, so that was
not the titties, man. Not the titties.
not the titties. And then this is not a celebrity, at least not a world known celebrity. But we here in our community, our local community, also had a pretty big loss. We lost Chris Reeves.
Yeah.
Who, I mean, I personally don't know him that well, but I mean, he's a bass player. He's the husband of a good friend of all of ours, and the times that I met him, I mean, he was such a good seeming guy and just really kind and chill.
Yeah, he's a good man, and
so that was a huge loss.
Call your homies.
Yeah,
check up on your people.
Call your homies.
But rest in peace, Nicole. We love you and hope the best. Because that was a big shock for me. I mean, I also didn't know him very well, but he was anytime we did interact, he was a great dude. He was always
I mean,
nice
I don't think
to.
there was anybody in, among our people that didn't know who he was,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
that's how great of a dude he was, is that, just everybody knew him. I never even met somebody that didn't have something nice to say about him.
Yeah, exactly. So big
fellow
big
nerd.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Nerd, musician, family guy, like everything. Not that Family Guy. I knew you were gonna fucking do that. Not that Family Guy.
Oh god. Continuing on with
there's a Family Guy.
So continuing with the nerd news, a lot of people are speculating that the Mahershala Ali Blade movie has been canceled.
Which will piss
there will
me
only
off.
be one Blade, bro.
Didn't
you hear the man?
There will only be one Blade. D23 just happened not too long ago.
Don't fucking remind me.
And so Bob Iger gets up there and he says, in 2025, our theatrical slate remains just as robust with Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, The Fantastic Four, First Steps, Zootopia 2, and Avatar 3. So in no mention of Blade, which was supposed to release in 2025.
Zootopia 2?
Yeah. And Avatar 3. and Avatar 3.
You know what I
mean? let me guess. It was the gazelles for you.
No, it's not Bunny.
All right.
It's Fox and Bunny time.
Kill me now. Do we need it? Okay, whatever. No, sorry. No,
we
continue,
don't.
please.
No, we don't. I don't think we.
Harrison Ford is the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
So I have some fucking thoughts about this.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he talks as much shit about being in fucking Marvel movies as he did about talking shit about being in Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I just hope it's the same on both sides. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I hope he carries the same. If you're gonna call out one piece of the fucking nerd fandom, then you better be able to call out the other Harrison. Have the same energy.
No, see, here's the thing though. I don't think he will, because the thing about Star Wars and just how monumental, ubiquitous, and pervasive that was in every aspect of popular culture at that time.
Yeah.
Like I don't like, I mean, I don't know how you get away from that. With him being the Red Hulk, I don't think that's going to be anywhere nearly as impactful to his personal life as being Han Solo was.
I get it. Yeah.
Get
it. Yeah. Nobody's going to run around and be like, oh, that's Red Hulk over there.
Yeah. He's not going to be constantly.
I mean, there's a lot of kids that are probably going to do that, bro. I mean, just wait for the Fortnite skin, and then every fucking person, every kid is going to, that's not a joke.
Oh, shit. Oh, look at what you've done.
Look what you did.
I just dropped some groundbreaking truths.
You upset his Nuka-Cola girl.
Oh, you did. You did. I was afraid that was going to happen.
She was like, what a dumb opinion. I'm the fuck out of here.
She's like, that's it. I'm out.
I can't do this. I got to get out of here.
No, it's true. It's true. But even then though, like, I don't think that it's like, while yes, it's a popular franchise and it's definitely going to have its rabid fans, I don't think it's anywhere near to the extreme degree as the height of Star Wars popularity.
Did you guys sorry, what were you gonna say?
I said also fuck the Red Hulk.
You don't like the Red Hulk?
I don't care for the Red Hulk.
I've seen a couple TikToks of people being like, oh my god, the MCU's never gonna be the same again.
No,
I don't think it's that. I think that's a little over the top. I don't know, because I dig Red Hulk, but like,
so the Red Hulk has like all these different fucking abilities where he could just like there's one where he could just like fucking use explosion and fucking,
just become a nuke.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, I don't like if they use that, cool. I think they're going to water down the shit out of
Well, of
this fucking
course.
Hulk. And
I
so I'm
mean, they
like,
watered down Green Hulk. They better water down Red Hulk if they're
right,
gonna give us that lame ass Hulk that they've always given us.
right. Fucking so I think they're just gonna like water him down and just be another Hulk to fight or whatever. So I'm not like, I like Red Hulk. I don't feel like I'm going to be into the Red Hulk in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Did y'all did y'all hear about that story about that couple that went to Disney World and the lady ate something that she was like violently allergic to and fucking died
What in the
What?
at the
world?
park? And then the guy like turned around and was trying to sue the park for like 50K just to like handle funerals,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just the stuff
So
to
like he
put her to
wasn't
rest.
trying to sue him for like millions of
No,
dollars or
no, no,
nothing.
no,
Like,
no. These motherfuckers, bro. Are you guys signed up to Disney Plus?
Uh-uh.
yeah.
Well,
Are
I'm
you?
yeah. Why?
Because if anything happens between you and Disney, that is a legally binding contract that extends to their parks.
What?
Hmm.
So this guy tried to sue Disney and couldn't because he was a Disney Plus subscriber. I swear to God, look it up.
Hmm.
I swear to God, this is a real fucking thing. They said you can't because you signed the user agreement that says that you can't sue us.
Interesting.
And so they like, and the lawyers are obviously trying to figure that out because that's
Well, I mean,
insane.
like,
That's
what if like somebody from her family who isn't subscribed to Disney Plus sues them for like wrongful death or whatever? Because that's still their daughter, like
I don't know. I don't know. I think that maybe they're trying to get away with it, like maybe like because she's the person that died subscribed to Disney Plus, but
uh
it's in the user agreement
hmm.
that it says you can't sue us. But for some reason, this like extends to the parks.
I
What
mean, I
the?
feel like there's got to be a little bit more detail in the user agreement
I
than
feel like,
simply you can't sue us.
I will
Like
Google
for
this shit
like
right now. I'll
there's
read
got
it
to
to you
be
verbatim.
more.
yeah, that shit is wild.
Yeah.
That is not. Could you imagine?
Right.
Like, I'm sure it's a real thing, but just fucking what?
Our
Yeah.
friends over at the Big Black Cock, BBC.com. Disney Plus terms prevent allergy death lawsuit, Disney says. Disney World is arguing a man cannot sue it over the death of his wife because of terms he signed up to in a free trial of Disney. A free trial! Jeffrey Piccolo filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Disney and the owners of the restaurant after his wife died. And the owners of the restaurant after his wife died in 2023 from a severe allergic reaction after eating at the theme park. However, Disney argues in its terms of use, which Piccolo agreed to when creating his Disney account in 2019, means they have to settle outside of court. We
What
are
the
deeply
hell?
Okay, so
saddened
they
by
don't
the
even say what it is.
no, they are. It says we are deeply saddened by the family's loss and understand their grief. Let's see. I'm trying to find like the actual.
Verbiage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like his lawyers hopefully, who knows, but I feel like they should hopefully be able to argue like clearly this user agreement applies to this thing and not just anything ever that this company does or makes. Like
Right.
that's
Like
insane.
it would have to be in there to be like, you cannot, file litigation against, uh, us, our parks
Yeah.
and our subsidiaries or whatever.
Right, right.
The entertainment company argues it cannot be taken to court because in its terms of use, it says users agree to settle any disputes with the company via arbitration. Oh, these people are the devil. They're fucking evil, dude. These motherfuckers are evil.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Please read. This
Survival.
is the actual Disney terms of use. Number 8, binding arbitration and class action waiver. Please read this provision carefully. You are agreeing to resolve all disputes between you and Disney through binding individual arbitration and include a class action waiver and jury trial.
Isn't that something that there. I'm pretty sure Scientology has that same sort of like they require people to go through arbitration as opposed to which
that
is why so many of their lawsuits have been tossed out in the past. But that's
we are in hell, my friends. Yeah. We are in hell.
And you know what though? I almost promise you every major company has a clause just like that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah. How fucked is this world?
What a wild thing to put in there because they know we don't read that shit.
Exactly.
They know we don't fucking read that shit.
It's the human centipede thing from South Park over again.
That's exactly what Angela said. She's like, these fuckers are getting away with it.
Yep.
Yeah, once again, South Park just being insanely present and future proof.
Yeah, that's so wild.
But
that is nuts.
All right, well, let's continue with the nerd news. DC Comics announces that a Batman and Santa Claus crossover. That's not the weird part. DC Comics announces Batman and Santa Claus crossover sequel.
What?
2, motherfucker. We're getting 2.
Okay. So DC Comics has announced Batman Santa Claus Silent Night, spelled like Dark Knight, Returns #1, which is a 5-issue sequel series to last year's Batman Santa Claus Silent Night miniseries.
Kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me guess. Batman goes around and hands out the coal. Santa goes around and gives out the presents.
I'm gonna have to read this other one.
Yeah.
The premise for this one. Watch. The comic will be written by Jeff Parker with art created by Lucas Kettner. It will also feature a main cover by artist Bernard Chang and variant covers by Dan Mora, Kevin Wada, and Erica Henderson, with a polybagged evergreen scented variant cover by Dan Hip.
Evergreen scented cover? Is it scratch? Please tell me it's scratch.
It doesn't say. It just says evergreen scented variant cover. In Batman, Santa Claus Silent Night Returns, horrors haunt the Christmas season as life-drained bodies litter the countryside, each marked with a strange symbol. The Justice League responds, but it's a trap. The heroes are pulled from our world, but not before Batman helps Robin escape. Now Damian Wayne must seek out Zatanna and the one and only Santa Claus if there's any hope of saving their friends and family. Santa comes to the aid of the DCU heroes in the crossover event sequel you wished for, and you must have been extra good because a wintry mix of DCU's wildest characters arrived this time to face a powerful foe, the Silent Night. Parker shared his thoughts on the project, saying, "I was blown away at how well last year's Silent Night series was received. Readers really responded to us going full tilt with Norse mythos Santa in the DCU. We followed the old tradition of telling ghost stories at Christmas. Then to be asked if I wanted to do another one and have an extra issue, that was the Happy New Year." Kettner added that the first Silent Night series wasn't quite what I expected, and I loved it for that. Jeff has an amazing ability to take an idea like Batman and Santa team up and play it straight with a great story, new DC lore, and a real threat. There's humor, of course, but it's so much more effective when the stakes are real. Parker continued, "Once Lucas started on Silent Night Returns, our inboxes were blowing apart with visuals better than anyone had imagined. the Bat Office started us good and early, so we've had that rare planning time to really build out the story and craft an ominous and creepy villain. Cool monsters, exotic locales. You'll love the smart details Lucas works in, and it will reward multiple readings. And we got that interview from Geek Tyrant, so shout out to them. But fucking crazy. I didn't know there was like this whole fucking it's like Batman and Scooby-Doo all over again.
Yeah, I've been reading about it on batmannews.com. It seems wacky.
Yeah. I gotta go read the first one.
Yeah.
I might read the first one and do a little review on it.
Yeah, if you would add that to our thingy, like
yeah. No, I'll throw it. I'm
right.
really interested. So
same.
like,
something similar. You got to see this fucking trailer.
Oh, are we going to be able to hear it though?
No, you will not be able to hear it. I turned it off. So, but just imagine.
Good.
Yeah,
so
November.
It's a little closer, but it's like, isn't this like the kind of movie that you want to fucking
like the only time that a movie like that is going to make money is around Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, and they're not even putting it out at that point.
And November. Yeah, it's not. November's not Christmas. November is not Christmas. What in the fuck? I'd never seen that before.
I can't wait to see all the articles about like, oh, who could have saw this coming? This movie bombed so hard. And like,
all right. So check this out. How up to date are we on the Bo DeMaio X-Men 97 exit?
Dude, so caught up.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay, so the last, I mean, we're talking like, let's see, what was it? The last tweet that he put out. Are you even supposed to call them tweets now? That it's not Twitter? What do you call it?
Fuck you, Exits? Elon. We're calling him tweets.
I'm calling it an exit.
Eat shit, Elon.
No, but so the last we heard back on, this is May 16th. It sounded amicable-ish, where Bo DeMaio tweeted and said, I did write a lot of season 2. However, unlike season 1, I will not be heavily involved or leading production, cast records, design, editorial, post, music, etc., nor doing any production rewrites as it relates to the creative vision of the show. And then he gave a little bit of extra context and said, this is why I've said I can't really speak to season 2, but looking forward to seeing the final product with you all whenever it airs. I have high hopes. And for a while, that was the information we had. Well, now there is more information where, and this came out on the 15th of this month. So as of recording, 3 days ago was when this was tweeted. So he says, firstly, and this is just another tweet, but he says, firstly, I am so grateful to have worked on X-Men 97, collaborating with some amazingly talented folks. Creating this revival was a dream come true, and the support fans have shown is so touching. However, I felt it pressing for me to speak up in the wake of leaving the show. And he posted, or he added a screen grab or a link to a picture that he had posted for Gay Pride Month, which was I forget if it was Bishop or maybe if it was just Scott Summers in sort of like a little shorts outfit, showing off his muscles and whatnot.
Yeah.
And all he says on it was like, happy Pride with a little rainbow next to it, and like that was the entire tweet. I mean, with some hashtags and whatnot, and he said, above is X-Men fan art I posted to Instagram for Gay Pride in June. On June 13th, Marvel sent a letter notifying me that they'd stripped my season 2 credits due to the post. Sadly, Sadly, this is the latest in a troubling pattern I suffered through while working on X-Men 97 and Blade. So yeah, the woke company that everyone is getting mad at for, having gay stuff are getting like they stripped him of his credits
Why
for
now?
I don't know. So,
Why
however,
pick and choose? Yeah, please continue.
yeah, I was going to say, however, to give their side of it, a Marvel spokesperson did comment on what he said, basically saying, Mr. DeMaio, this is a quote, Mr. DeMaio was terminated in March 2024 following an internal investigation. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just, a nice, pridey
That's a
picture.
gay man.
Yeah.
It's what it is. What it is.
So the quote says, Mr. DeMaio was terminated in March 2024 following an internal investigation. Given the egregious nature of the findings, we severed ties with him immediately, and he has no further affiliation with Marvel.
I
So
wonder
they're
if there's
trying to
something
say,
else.
well, yeah, they're trying to say that there was some other fucked up stuff that was going on, and that's why he was terminated.
Yeah.
And, so anyway, however, DeMaio responded to that saying, the truth will be revealed. After the Disney Plus disaster, Marvel wants to mislead with alleged contract breaches over tweets. It's tragic that it's come to this, but unsurprising. Stay tuned. So
he hasn't like dropped his bomb or anything. That's like as far as
like I said, as of 3 days ago from today's date when we're recording, these came out like 3 days ago or within that time. So yeah,
that sounds bad, bro. I mean, companies that it's such a tame picture. There's something else that happened. There's got to be something else that happened.
You know what it could be too, though. All of these, oh fuck woke shit, people could be affecting how Disney is reacting to things.
Maybe, but like why? But like why
too.
now though?
Well, that's what I'm saying is that they did all that, they've done all this stuff, and then you get backlash after backlash after backlash after backlash after backlash. Like eventually you're gonna start going, fuck, fine, all right, let's start doing damage control, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it could be that. I'm not convinced it is.
No. I'm not saying that it's not, and I do think that you're right that there's definitely a subset of that is real.
Right. So I mean, it could be related to that, but I mean, again, we don't until somebody starts, laying shit bare.
Right.
Until we start getting receipts.
That's what I want to know. I want to know what else, because that picture, it's not like his dong is hanging out or like there's an imprint of cock or anything like that. It's a tame picture. I mean, it's gay, like it's very homoerotic, but like the fuck, why are we? Yeah. No, that doesn't make any sense. And so a lot of Republicans are they don't that shit. Well, very secretly, yes. We all know about the grinder outage at the RNC.
We all know about the RNC and couches.
But I'm just saying that like it doesn't seem like gay. It doesn't seem like gay stuff is like really something that the conservatives are like upset about. I think they're upset about like they are upset about like gay stuff being like forced into stuff, and the forced part of that is so subjective, where it's like, I don't know, like I'm going to talk about a movie later where it's like, it feels like there was so much forced fan service. And I'm like, I didn't feel like it was forced at all. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't, are conservatives getting mad about gay people now?
Well, see, what do you mean now?
Yeah.
They've always been mad about that.
I'm just saying, like, it seems like they've kind of moved on to like the trans stuff. Like it seems like that's more of their crusade.
That's an extension, and that's taken the focus because that's the pop issue to be upset about.
Well, and they also
the gay thing has always been there.
And it always will be too, because we're Christians and shit. But there's also we're a Christian nation, is what I was saying. But yeah, I thought that conservatives were cool with gay people ever since that fucking fruity Milo guy came in.
No, remember they're
Milo Yiannopoulos?
they're only cool with gay people to the extent at which they help their cause.
Yeah.
As you know,
as they are
that
with
doesn't
everything.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly. So it doesn't, they're not okay with it. They're just, they'll tolerate it a bit more if you're pushing what they agree with.
I feel like it's just the majority of Christians that are like upset with, like, they're like still, it's not, and it's not just like Catholics, it's Mormons, it's, you know, it's literally everything to do with God, because the Bible says,
don't call them Mormons. They hate that now.
I know.
They hate that now. They hate that now. I mean, I remember growing up, like, not only was that acceptable, that was what they wanted. And that was what they told people to do.
I didn't know that Mormon was a slur.
Well, it's not until it's sort of like a rebranding thing. Like, you know how Comcast decided all of a sudden that they were going to be called Xfinity?
Yeah, and how black people took the N-word. Yeah, no, I see this.
No, so like they, you know,
they took it. It's their word now.
Once the word Comcast became synonymous with, hey, this company fucking sucks, they were like, let's look at all the things we could change and fix our reputation. You know what? No, fuck that. Let's change our name. And so, like, that's what Mormons
Xfinity
did. They were like, you know what? Here's all this shitty stuff about us that's clearly shitty. I know a good way we can get away from that. Rebrand.
Right.
It was the Mormons.
Let's call it good.
The Mormons were the right ones.
The Mormons.
The Mormons.
But yeah, no, it's silly. But yeah, so that's the most up-to-date info that I've seen.
That's so wild.
Homophobia in any way is cringe at this point.
Like I kind of get the feeling that in this case, it's probably going to be not equal necessarily, but there's going to be blame on both sides. There's going to be some shitty stuff on their side and some shitty stuff on his side. That's kind of where I feel it going.
I agree.
Listen, folks, there were bad people on both sides.
There were bad people on both sides.
Both sides.
I have friends on both sides, and they say I'm a great man. They say, wow, what a great man he is.
You're the best man.
The best man I ever known.
That fucking TikTok that I sent you, that's his actual fucking TikTok page, that Donald Trump thing. And really? He did it. That sound that he used was "Stay Scheming" by Rick Ross. Tell me how great of a fucking idea it was for the president of the United States to use "Stay Scheming."
Yeah.
Stay scheming.
Yeah, but I can't wait to see the receipts.
I want, like, there's some fuck shit going on both sides, I think. And I honestly want to see, like, where that comes from.
I gotta know that this guy is like in the right.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Disney firing it. That's such a tame picture, dude.
Yeah.
That's not like there are way worse photos of Scott on the internet.
It makes me kind of wonder, well, yeah, but they're probably not created or passed around by someone who directly works for the company.
What's his last name?
DeMaio?
No, the character.
Oh, Scott Summers.
Scott Summers with the hardest dap up ever, dude. That motherfucker's dapping everybody up. Ryu?
Yeah, I wonder if it's a sort of Joss Whedon type of situation where he's just a complete asshole, hard to work with, and just abusive to talent. You know, like, I wonder if it's like, hey, you did some really fucking shitty stuff. Just because you make a good product doesn't mean you're not a piece of shit.
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
You're not Superman.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll just have to see. I mean, I'd be happy to be wrong.
Right. In other comic news, Deadpool and Wolverine has generated $1.086 billion.
So have you guys heard this theory that, like, Disney is going to do a massive 180 based off of the success of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I believe it.
They're scrapping the Marvels. They're scrapping all this fucking bullshit that they were doing before. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we are going to go something similar with this. And
I think they should still have, things on both sides. They should have things that are more geared toward, an R audience, but then they totally should still have stuff geared toward younger kids. And
I think this. So I agree. I think that they should still have on both sides, but this is definitely this is what the Flash should have been for the DCEU.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
a reset sort of.
Yeah, just like a straight let's move along, let's
redirect.
Yeah, redirect. That's like the best word for it. Is like, let's just redirect everything. I'm sure they still had plans to do things like, to do these kinds of things, but like with the success of Deadpool and Wolverine, I feel like we're going to get an R-rated Blade movie, in the works.
And dude, I'll be so sad if it's not Marshala.
Yeah, me too, dude. Like
that motherfucker is dope.
He stood there while every single writer change, director change, stall. Like if it was any other actor, they'd just be like, nah, this is too fucking messy, I'm pulling out.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, then fucking bring Wesley Snipes back.
See, I don't think personally, no, don't
know why.
That motherfucker is old. He's
dusty.
Let's move on. We don't need
ashy ass fucking elbows and knees.
We don't need Senor Dusty Balls trying to come back and
that
revitalize.
Flaky.
Yeah, we don't need old ass. We don't need old man fucking Balls. Logan up here trying to start a new Blade franchise that's gonna go for another decade. No, fuck
give it to me.
Fuck that.
Bring it to me.
I love Blade. I mean, I love Wesley Snipes in the original Blade movies. I love him, generally, and all the different things he did back then. But no, to me, it's time for fresh.
No, I disagree. I think
well, I think you're wrong.
Damn,
I hate to give it to you, but that one got me good.
I think the way that he moved and the way that he looked in Deadpool and Wolverine was so cool, and I think it was and it might be just nostalgia that's bringing me back. That's just like, yeah, let's keep going. But I feel like he has at least one more movie to do.
Well, yeah, I mean? But that's the thing. Like, sure, bring him back for a movie, but are you gonna bring him back for a movie and have him be the titular character? Fuck no.
How relevant of a character is Blade though?
He's pretty up there.
He's certainly not like a tertiary character. I mean, he's up there. Yeah.
Well, so and I'm also thinking of like, because they're who is it? Is it Arcane that's doing a Blade game?
Yeah, I think so.
That is abso-fucking-lutely coming to PlayStation. I don't know why they didn't say that it isn't, or that it is. I'm just wondering if like, is Blade really like, because I know that it might be like a Gambit situation with them where it's like, I'm looking for the right way to bring this character in the fold, but I just can't do it right now.
Holy shit, it is Arcane.
Yeah, it's probably gonna make you hard as a rock. It seems like the art style is there and everything. It looks like it's. Have you not seen the trailer for that game?
No, dude. Fucking Bethesda Publishing.
Yeah, what? let me bring this shit up.
A Bethesda Marvel game?
What the fuck?
Do you guys didn't really see this at all?
I didn't.
No.
I mean, I know there was an announcement for a Blade game, but I didn't know there was a trailer for it.
Yeah, me either.
I will
remember you.
That's what I was thinking too.
You will remember me. Right here. Let me share once again.
Get the fuck out of here.
Can you share the sound?
No.
Oh man.
I didn't fucking need any of that.
Bethesda.
So
Arcade Leon French. Oh no, yes, I have seen this.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way you haven't seen this.
I don't think I did.
He's getting like a haircut or some shit.
He's a barber. He
Blade
is the barber.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he
the
is the
barber?
barber. Yes.
Of Seville?
I thought.
He's the one getting that. He's the one getting the haircut.
He's getting that fade, that high top
Yeah,
fade.
he's getting the high top fade. What the oh, this is like kind of like almost shade cell.
Very stylized.
Yeah, dude, like this already reminds me a little bit of Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, see, there you go. Like totally.
This is what did it say? Is it Arcade Leon?
Yeah, Lion.
No, it's France. It's Arcade in France. That's fucking I remember now.
Yeah, there is absolutely no way that is not coming to PlayStation.
That's crazy. Dude, that'll be dope. That'll be dope.
And the what's it called? The Indiana Jones game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like 3 months on Xbox and then like immediately like, yeah, we're also coming to PlayStation.
Did either of you see that newest or I mean I say newest, but I think it's already been a while, but seen that newest Indiana Jones movie? Was that any good?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right.
I refuse.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Are we done with news? I would love
No.
Oh,
we're
okay.
not.
Continue. Let's go.
So RIP to the Cartoon Network website.
Yeah.
Really?
So the Cartoon Network website, you could go on and for free watch episodes of different things. And now they have, so it's, under the Max umbrella, of course. So now what they've done is if you go to that website, all it does is redirect you to Max to view what you want to view. However, obviously you have to subscribe to Max. So there is no such thing as being able to go on to the Cartoon Network website anymore and watch episodes for free of the shows that you want to watch. So it's just another way to fuck us.
Yeah, it's sign of the times, my friends.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and it's funny, like when you go to it, it redirects you and there's a blurb saying, come on in, spend some quality time with your kids' favorites, stream larger than life animated shows and specials your whole family will enjoy. Plans start at $9.99 a month.
Yeah. Wasn't cartoonnetwork.com where they had like the Flash games on there too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They had like a Teen Titans fighting game and there was lots of fun stuff on there, man.
Oh yeah, they had all sorts of shit. And that was one of the things they mentioned too was the games. But yeah, it's gone. It's gone.
Damn.
I'm pouring out a 40 for you.
That's
for
right.
Real.
Blue from Mad Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and another, this is not to, because if you want to go watch the Disney showcase or go watch the Disney showcase, but I did want to mention one thing that I'm excited about is Agatha All Along.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Coming out what next? Was it next month or November?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I believe it's November.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm super excited for that. Aubrey Plaza is gonna be in it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
fuck.
pretty good. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm super stoked.
Before we get into the last few pieces of news, we have merch. redbubble.com/nerdcore podcast. Get our sayings and logos on a bunch of items like t-shirts and mugs and things of the sort. We've partnered with Dubby.gg. Go to the website and type in promo code NERDCORP to get 10% off your order. If you love us and want to support what we do, consider supporting us on PayPal. PayPal.me/nerdcore podcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that is the best way to do that. We have shut down our Patreon. We'd like to thank everybody that did help us. You managed to help us get new equipment. You kept us afloat for a bit while we paid for our subscription to Podbean and Zoom and all the things that keep us running. We
kept
will
the lights on.
Yep, we will definitely be returning to Patreon once we can get you a better experience.
You know who you are. If
yeah.
we make it, we're taking you motherfuckers with us.
Absolutely.
Don't worry.
Absolutely. We love you all.
And then burying you
in
the desert.
We'd love to
bury you.
It's what I'm burying you. Just let the dirt shout.
So one final time to everyone that supported. Thank you, Miss Harley. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dallin. Thank you, Fillmore. Thank you, Jake. We love you. And we will never forget what you guys did for us.
Port.
So here at IG, the big shout out to IGN for this. HBO gave Caitlin Dever extra security while filming The Last of Us due to toxicity surrounding Abby.
Yeah, bitch. Really get in that role.
Which they should have, because people are fucking dumb.
Right. So
still.
Yeah.
Are you
people
fucking
are always
serious?
Dumb.
4 years and we're still doing this? Come on.
You know what I'd like to see? I would like to see data on the intersection of where January 4th rioters like overlap with people who would attack the actor for Abby. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure there's got to be a good section of overlap there.
Caitlin Dever, who plays, and if I'm saying her name wrong, please correct us in the comments. Caitlin Dever, who plays Abby in the upcoming second season of HBO's The Last of Us, had additional protection during filming due to the toxicity surrounding her character. Speaking on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Dina actress Isabel Merced said that the team at HBO believed that there could be an increased risk due to the toxicity surrounding Abby. Some members of the Last of Us community have expressed hatred for the character and harassed and sent death threats to Laura Bailey, who played Abby in the video game. There are so many...
As if it's her fault.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up,
there's
nerd.
There's so many strange people in this world, because there are people that actually genuinely hate Abby, who is not a real person. Just a reminder, not a real person. Merced asserted before mentioning the additional precautions on set, Caitlin had to be extra secured by security when it came to the filming of this. Abby Anderson is one of the main characters in The Last of Us 2, and therefore has a big role to play in the upcoming adaptation.
Does your favorite character from your story elicit such fucking crazy emotions? Does your what is your fucking favorite character doing that's so fucking special like this one?
Right. Like what in the
damn, dude, you'll never, these fucking nerds, bro, they'll never get anything in their life. They've never known the touch of a woman.
Like, how is it not enough to just go, I don't like that character, and fucking move on? Like, right. How is that not something that computes and just clicks over, and there's that moment where they go, all right, well, moving on.
I wonder how bad it was, and I wonder how often it happened. That's my biggest questions in terms of like the harassment and shit. Like, okay, was it like a 15-year-old kid that was like, you killed Joel, and like threw a fucking bottle at her, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not acceptable at all. But
Right.
it's like, okay, it's not like they're like 30-year-old men that are like, I'm gonna
I
fucking
guarantee
kill you. You know what I mean?
I guarantee you there were 30-year-old men doing that.
You think
Yeah.
so? You really
Fucking
think?
promise you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
And if they like it, like let's just say that they didn't, right? Like let's just say there aren't 30-year-old men
Yeah.
that are doing this.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility if they were. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, because think about it. Like, first of all, yeah, I mean, plenty of people get into gaming when they're young or younger, but there's also a huge section of adults that people don't really talk about or highlight that game and have been gaming forever and always will game. You know what I mean? And then if you think about on top of that, the fact that the people who are really going to have the strongest emotional ties to these characters, people who have been playing the original game since it came out, those people aren't going to be 16 17 anymore. Like, even if that's how old they were when they started, like the possibility that they're in their 30s, to me, is a lot more logical than the idea that they're 15, 16-year-olds.
I just think that like I'm 30 years old, and I don't think I care about anything like that. Yeah, and y'all know me. I'm an opinionated motherfucker. I will let you know how I feel, but I don't think I care. I don't think I care about anything like maybe like Pitbull misrepresentation, but like even that, I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to fuck with you. I'm trying to get you to understand. Like in these, like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I think that you should know better. And I'm not gonna rule out that like
But I mean,
there's
like,
definitely a couple. There's definitely a
where,
couple like 30, 40-year-old fucking dudes that are like, fuck this transgender bitch, you know, like
because like even like let's take, if we're taking you for example, right? Like, over certain things, you are very like obsessive and just like, oh my god, this thing.
yeah.
But like, let's take that, right? Let's take you being like I guess like a baseline, if you will. And then let's take somebody who is emotionally underdeveloped and immature and add that amount of obsession into it.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like,
Yeah,
boom.
and
Like, that's
I
all
think
it
that
fucking
that
takes.
exists. I don't know how big of a problem you know what I mean? Like I'm not
Sure.
like I'm not gonna sit here and like diminish. Like I'm sure that she's getting a lot of shit because it is a very, very controversial character.
Right.
And I can't connect this logic in my head where it's like you are my age, you are dealing with the shit that I am dealing with, like loss of people you love, a lot of people are like dealing with the loss of their parents. Like there's a lot of shit that you go through in this time in life, and I fucking cannot link together the anger of a fictional fucking person. Like, are you really?
I'm sure a lot of it is just like them looking at the online vitriol and going,
I agree.
Let's just be a little overly cautious.
Well, yeah, I don't know, man. What a colossal waste of energy.
Agreed.
What could you be doing instead of this, man? Come on.
I mean, I do hope it was primarily precautionary and that there not this giant section of people that are just like, like I really hope that's more of what it was. But
you never know.
You never know, because there are some very lonely, obsessive, mentally unstable people out there
who own guns.
Yeah. That's one of their obsessions, in fact.
America.
Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully it was more of just err on the side of safety.
Right. Just wanted to run through the D23 announcements real quick, just like super fast. Moana 2. The Rock partnering with Disney for a Monster Jam project, like monster trucks. That's weird.
I mean, that's probably more his speed than anything else he's been trying lately.
True. Avatar 3 is officially titled Avatar Fire and Ash.
Fire and ass.
Carry on, please.
Pixar dives into Disney Plus with Dream Productions and Win or Lose. I don't know what either of those are. Toy Story 5 will be written and directed by Andrew Stanton.
Continue, please.
Pixar reveals Hoppers starring John Hamm and Bobby Moynihan.
The fact that doesn't star the what's his bucket who plays Hopper is just missed opportunity. Come
on. Pixar is officially working on The Incredibles 3. Zootopia 2 clip comes.
Originality is dead. Dig up these fucking bones.
Frozen 3 reveals first
dig
look
them up. Dig them up. Dig up.
Frozen, Hercules, and The Greatest Showman stage adaptations are on their way.
I guess the people from Frozen forgot to let it go.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew starring Jude Law.
I mean, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
like, I do want to check that one out.
Andor season 2.
A lot of people are
baby.
But...
Woo!
Ironheart. I'm very excited for Ironheart.
I'm down with Ironheart.
I'll let.
What were those words? Those were just sounds.
I have no frame of reference.
I was gonna say I'll let you have that, but then I know you cocksuckers would be like, "Oh really? Oh,
will you? Oh, thanks, Cole."
At least you know.
I learned my lesson.
Daredevil Born Again. I'm excited for that as well. Agatha All Along, like you said, Derek.
Actually, did I say? I don't remember. Did I actually say Agatha All Around, or did I say Agatha
no,
All Along?
You said all
I did.
along.
Okay. For some reason, I couldn't. I was like, wait. I don't know if I. Anyway.
Percy Jackson season 2. David Blaine's Do Not Attempt.
Oh, don't worry. I will not attempt to watch this.
Yes, I fucking what? We haven't heard from David Blaine in well over a decade, and
he probably did. He probably did a disappearing thing and got lost, and now he finally got back.
I thought David Blaine was the guy that was doing like the tests of like human strength and shit, where he was like sticking fucking knives and like swallowing frogs and shit. He's been out here, bro. He was also the guy in the fucking air balloon. Didn't he, like,
he's the dude that like fucking like what was it? He like submerged himself in an ice bath for 24 hours or some shit.
Yeah, he like legitimately did the up thing where he like got a whole bunch of fucking balloons and went up. Like stayed in low orbit, so he like couldn't fucking breathe, and he's like, I'll be all right. I've found this way to breathe where I don't really need to breathe, and just fucking David Blaine shit.
Fucking spare me. Yeah, fucking spare me.
He's no Chris Angel, I'll tell you that.
Mind freak. Live action Snow White trailer reveals first look at Rachel Ziegler in the Seven Dwarfs. This is like the 4th live action fucking Snow White or some shit that we've gotten, but we get Gal Gadot as Maleficent, so I'll watch anything that she's in.
Show skin.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care about Gal.
No,
like she's fine. I mean, she's good to look at, but
isn't she like an IDF soldier?
Yeah, she was in like in the Israeli special forces or some shit. She knows
Australian.
She looks like she knows Krav Maga and shit. And I don't know. I think women that can beat me up are very attractive. Like
that's fine. Like she can be attractive. I find her very attractive, but I also could not give a
Let's
shit.
not give her too
seeing
much
her.
credit here. Like it's like a thing that all Jewish people have. Like I'm pretty sure it's like legitimately all people that live in Israel have to sign up for like because
being hot.
like the special reserves for us or whatever.
No. It's
No,
like
like compulsory military service
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. But Eddie, like similar effort level. Like they don't really do a whole lot. They're
Like
weekend soldiers. Like
like
they're
on some
not
Coast Guard shit.
like when you're stealing all that shit from the warehouse in San Andreas from the and what's his name? Like they're weekend soldiers, man.
But I mean, I'm still though, like as a person, living or who is from there, I'm sure she's
It's
probably
just
plenty indoctrinated into
it's a stupid fucking
you
thing
know
that you like get into it where it's like you guys don't know he's a YouTuber guy named Ethan Klein. He's part of H3H3, but he's Jewish and he's married to a lady that is from Israel and was a part of the IDF, and that's a constant fucking like jab or complaint or internet shit slinging is that like she was part of the IDF. So like, and if she's part of the IDF, that means that she slaughtered innocent Palestinian children, like, and like just these huge fucking jumps in logic. And Gal Gadot is in the same exact boat where it's like, I was just part of this, but like people are like lumping me in as a genocider when all I did was just fucking attend on the weekends.
Right. But yeah, and on top of that, she's kind of a shitty actor.
Yeah, kind of.
She's fine.
Like I watched Red Notice again the other day, and I was just like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's great to look at.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's a little skinny for me.
She kind of reminds me of Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow.
I gotcha. Like, I see what you mean.
You're good looking, but I couldn't care for
ScarJo can get it any fucking day of the week. Y'all, you're tripping.
What? I never said she couldn't. I just said she's lame as the Black Widow. That doesn't mean she's not a fantastic to look at.
I get it, but also at the same time, like I think Gal Gadot is like she's like a board compared to ScarJo. ScarJo is like she's got it going on, bro. Gal Gadot's got like the elegant thing going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. I mean that's true, but you know what? I would absolutely take
her to Pound Town.
No. I would absolutely take what's her bucket that played her sister.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, I would take Florence Pugh over ScarJo any fucking
brother.
day.
Oh brother, you're in good company. Oh, you're in good company, brother.
Like god damn.
Tron Ares cast.
Yeah.
Teams up to reveal exclusive footage and collaboration with 9 Inch Nails. Jeff Bridges.
Actual 9 Inch Nails or just Trent Reznor?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
because if it's actual 9 Inch Nails and not just Trent Reznor, then I'm excited. That would be really
cool. What are we terming as actual 9 Inch Nails though?
Because the band.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just saying like that's been an ever revolving door.
Yeah, no, you're right there. You're right there. I just think that like when he's alone, he's kind of hit or miss in my opinion. Yeah. I know that's like a fucking blasphemous thing to say, but like I don't know. I personally really love everything 9 Inch Nails has ever done, but I don't love everything that Trent Reznor has done. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's Jeff Bridges, Jared Leto, and other people is what pretty much the article says. Fucking, I was never a big Tron fan.
Tron's cool in like.
I'm a huge fan of the original.
Yeah.
And the newer ones are okay. I mean, one of my absolute favorite things was on the new one where Jeff Bridges just goes, "You're messing with or you're harshing on my Zen thing, man."
Yeah.
Like, that's just a great line.
It's got Olivia. Tron Legacy, the one from 2010.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Olivia Wilde in it.
Yeah.
Ooh. But she's got like a short black dude. Sexual awakening. Sexual awakening.
She's got a short black dude?
Yeah.
No, short blonde or short black hair.
Yeah, I know.
Dickhead.
And
you know
then,
what I meant.
I do.
And finally, the Lion King Mufasa closes out.
Oh
the
my
show.
God, I'm so excited about this.
No, said no one ever. Said
I'm gonna scream
no
again.
one at all.
I'm gonna scream again.
Said no one at all. No, and it's true. We don't need an Incredibles 3. We don't need a Toy Story 5. We don't need a Frozen 3. We don't need any of those.
You know what sucks about toys? Sorry, no, because I'm sorry, I totally jumped in front of you. Continue.
No, it's fine. It's just it really is. It really is just fucking digging up the bones of all of these great IPs and just being like, here, we'll make another one because that makes money.
And why not? Why not just, do what they do all the time anyway, right? And just take an existing story, put it in a completely different setting with different characters, and pretend it's a new thing. No one would fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, no one would pay attention. I mean, it's the same thing with, like, hey, let's make an updated version of Taming of the Shrew. We'll call it 10 Things I Hate About You. Done. Like, they do that. They used to do that all the time.
But that's smart.
Now they're even too lazy to do that.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
It's ridiculous. What were you gonna say, Cole?
It really sucks because and like Toy Story 5 specifically, because I remember going to Toy Story 4 thinking like, well, why would they do this? Because Toy Story 3 ends like pretty perfectly, and finally like there was no fucking reason to go back to these toys. Like if you wanted to do, and I understand why they did it, it's because Woody and Buzz and like they're all fucking recognizable characters that they can just fucking suck the fucking cock of every single dollar that they possibly can out of these like we can't possibly be like, oh, we can't possibly even toy with the idea. See what I did there? Mm-hmm. Can't even possibly toy with the idea of like doing new memorable toys, because you remember what the memorable character was from Toy Story 4? Because if you don't, I will tell you.
Oh, no. Was that the one with the spork?
The little it's a spork with a wire pipe cleaner wrapped around in Google eyes glued on it. That is the original character from Toy Story 4.
That's fucking wild.
And the whole plot about it is like, I'm just a piece of trash. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
And he keeps trying to throw himself away.
Yeah. I'm like, let him. Fuck.
Get out of here, trash. Know your place.
It sucks because like Toy Story 3 was like, who fucking cares? It's a Pixar movie. I really don't care. But it just like diminishes it, and it's like I don't know how. Well, I mean, they don't care about that.
It reminds me of Star Wars 2, where you have literal universes of characters that you could do and stories you could tell, and they keep going back to the goddamn Skywalkers over and over and over, and it's the same characters, it's the same, you're just rehashing the same story over and over, and it's ridiculous. I mean, like when the biggest curveball that you can throw at us is no, Rey's related to Palpatine, not the Skywalkers. Like,
right,
really, bro? Like, you spent all this time though setting us right, like setting us up to be like, oh, she's a Skywalker. Like, that's still the story. That's still the goddamn story.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
D23
Shyamalan level twist there.
Why do they call it 23? D23.
No idea.
Disney, obviously, but what's the 23?
No idea. Let's Google it, shall we? Why
Maybe it's like the 23rd.
That's been D23 the whole time, though.
Oh, has it?
It wasn't D22 and D21.
Founded in 2009, the organization is known mainly for its biennial exposition event. D23, the ultimate Disney fan event. The name D23 refers to D for Disney and 23 for 1923, which is the year Walt Disney founded the company.
Oh, gotcha.
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney.
Matt Damon.
Well, we've got one more piece for you. Cole, you went to go see Alien Romulus.
I did.
Tell us all about it.
I also have to eat a little.
How were your donuts?
Wonderful. They were just donuts.
Oh, okay.
They were just donuts with like just
they looked
colored.
Like they had black mold on them.
They did, and it was awesome. And I'm buying them again tonight because I just bought tickets to go see it again tonight.
You didn't even invite us.
Do you all want to go? I mean, Eddie's in Salt Lake.
Yeah,
so.
I can't go.
Oh yeah, fuck you, Eddie.
No, I already bought 5 tickets because I'm going. It's me, Angela, Joey's girlfriend, and Dom, nice. Joey's other girlfriend.
Yeah, shut up. Shout out to the hetero life mates.
Like $70 fucking dollars, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited to go see it again because it's fucking awesome, guys. It's really good.
Well, and I don't know if I want to hear what you have to say about it yet.
So,
should I just? I'll just turn my volume down.
No. I just completely spoiler free. I promise.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I'm going to spoil is like the first 20 minutes, or not first 20 minutes, like the first fucking 2 minutes, because I think it's really cool and it's like setting up the atmosphere. But
all right, okay.
I have to eat a little bit of crow because I went to literally the same exact theater. It was Theater 4 at the university, and they fixed everything. The sound system was awesome. It was awesome, really good.
No babies.
I got a much better crowd.
Good.
However, I mean, I could sit here and be like, and nitpick and be like, but people are people. What you don't attribute to malice, what you could more easily attribute to ignorance.
Yeah, I mean it's the theater experience.
And I hate to, in a year, or it may even be a week from 2 weeks from now, I go see another movie and I see another fucking crying baby, and I'm just eating everything what I said just now. But it was a good crowd. And the popcorn was fucking delicious this time. Alien Romulus is the newest film in the Alien series. It takes place between 1979's Alien and I think it's 1984 for Aliens, James Cameron's Aliens, or what I like to call it, Alien Terminator 2. I know I'm gonna piss off a lot of people with what I just said, but so this movie's fucking weird, bro. It is directed by Fede Alvarez. And you've heard me freak out about this. Fede Alvarez directed one of my favorite horror movies of all time, 2013's Evil Dead. That movie is so over the top and so violent and so shocking that I felt like when you heard his name attached to an Alien film, you're thinking, oh my God, this is probably going to be like stupid gross and stupid violent. And and in ways it is, and in ways it does carry on that spirit. I don't know how. A lot of complaints that I've seen, I've seen this complaint quite a few times, is that it's not as brutal as Evil Dead. And I'm like, to those people, I have to say, go outside and touch some fucking grass. Because this movie, you are desensitized as fuck, brother. If you thought that this movie wasn't disgusting and brutal and violating the way that a good Alien movie should be, then you need to watch something else, brother, because this movie is horrifying and the tension is fucking awesome. I want to talk about,
because that's what I love about Alien movies is those quiet moments where you're just like, oh God,
that like impending doom.
Yeah.
Well, I got one thing that it has in common with 2013's Evil Dead is it is bleak as fuck. It is like dark as shit. The whole time I'm thinking like, oh, you can draw a lot of parallels to Rogue One as well. This is like a one-off story where it's like it's taking place in a very convenient time in the canon where it's like, okay, if all these people die, it doesn't really matter because we don't know who they are,
Right.
But that's kind of the special sauce of this movie for me is the characters. The story is pretty bare bones. It's an alien movie.
Colt, would you remind me who's all in this movie?
I have that up right now. Hold on.
Okay.
So Kaylee Spaney, I think I'm saying that wrong, but she plays the main character, the badass female character that's in every single. She kills it. She is the Ripley of the movie. She fucking kills it. I love her. Yeah. Also a way better candidate, and this is Angela. She said this to me last night. A way better person, better suited, looking, acting wise, for Ellie, for HBO. For the HBO Last of Us. Look up Kaylee Spaney. And tell me that she doesn't look exactly like Ellie.
No, I can see that. I can definitely see that. She was in Civil War, Priscilla, on the basis of sex, Bad Times at the El Royale.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
We have David Johnson. He plays Andy, the synthoid or the android in the film. He's awesome. He's probably like the shining star of the movie. He's the one that everyone's going to talk about because he plays like a retired Wayland Yutani android that like, and they use him in like wise ways where it's an interesting addition to the canon where he's necessary for them to go on their plan and do what they're the plot of the movie, because only he has the ability to open the doors to where we're going. And I thought that was interesting. It's that's never been in any of the movies. It's not in any of the games or anything like that. It's not. So it seemed really weird, but it makes sense in the canon of it. Like they're going to this abandoned Wayland Yutani space station. I'm not gonna spoil to do what, but and that also makes sense too. Like it all just like fits within this world, and it doesn't come across as forced or like, oh, I made this up. Like the liberties that Rian Johnson took with The Last Jedi, where he's like, okay, in my Star Wars, the Force, you can do this. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's this new thing that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like the movie tries to, and I'm talking about like how Luke Skywalker force projected himself into the desert to fight, to do something with Kylo Ren, or I can't fucking remember, but he's not really there. He's using his force powers to project him there. And I remember thinking at the time in the movie theater, thinking like, that's a fucking stretch. That doesn't like,
yeah, because like not only has that never been a thing in Star Wars, but not even Luke himself has that ever been a thing for.
Yeah.
It just seems outlandish to add this to like, and it was like a massive problem that I had with the movie where it was like, and then he dies like unceremoniously, just fucking dies.
And wasn't that the movie with Leia flying through space too?
Yeah, apparently with the Force you can fucking breathe in space. Yeah, it's like these introductions. What would you call that? Would you call that canon logic? Canon like story, like universe logic, universal rules? That just like, and the additions that Fede Alvarez does in this movie make sense, and they are fun, and they're like, I don't want to spoil it, but like the Alien movies are always, especially movies like Aliens and Alien 3, like heavy-handed emphasis and symbolism behind like pregnancy and birth and motherhood and all this shit. And it's all here, baby. It's all here. Like in it, it's really kind of cool. Derek, Eddie, are you a fan of Alien like at all?
I'm I'm like the most basic of fans. Like
So you've seen like Aliens. Have you seen, and Derek, this is a question to you too. Have you seen Alien 3 or Resurrection?
No, I haven't seen those.
Those are the not so good movies.
I don't remember if I saw 3, but I'm pretty sure I saw Resurrection.
3 takes place on a prison, like in a prison, also directed by David Fincher, the guy that did Fight Club. But Resurrection is really bad. It's got War Never Changes. Who the fuck is that guy?
Liam Neeson?
No. The guy Ron Perlman. It's got Ron Perlman in it. It's not good, but they have elements that like work and are lovingly called back to in this movie, in Romulus. And that's a big old complaint that I've been seeing a lot too, is that the movie feels very, very fan servicey, almost to a whiny degree, where it's like, are we, and I'm going to make fun of myself a little bit here because I do sometimes like fit into this category, but like, are we so black pilled now that like even this, and like so sensitive to fan service that like even a small homage towards something is bad now?
Well, see, I don't get it, because personally I love, as long as, it doesn't take away from the story, or it doesn't, if it's, as long as it's not used in place of something substantial, as long as it's not, vacuous and pointless, and it, as long as it doesn't, like I say, take the place of more important things, like give me all the fan service. Like,
yeah,
I don't
same.
fuck.
I agree.
I don't really, I don't know. Like I the one complaint I saw is that like the character is too much like Ripley, to the point where like even specific shots, like if you remember in Aliens, there's a pretty shameless shot of her, like her Reebok shoes in Aliens, and I think it might be 1986 now that I think about it. But like that, they had a big old fucking, these things have always been there, regardless of what you're regardless of what your rose tinted glasses tell you. This like shameless corporate bullshit is always,
they've always got the corporate shit in there, and it's always make sure that you have the logo facing it. Like, come on, that's not new.
That's in here, that's in this movie as well, and people are getting pissed. But the biggest complaint that I've seen about this movie is that it's like, it feels like a fan movie, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Yeah, and I feel like it's like, and it does have times where it's like, okay, it feels like maybe it, but the budget is there though. Like everything looks fucking great. So I don't really understand it, but like there's some cringy callbacks, some subtle, some really blatant. It's actually my only real flaw with the movie is there's a cameo that's really blatant and stupid, because the man is dead, and I'm sure they paid a fucking ton of money to the estate to get this fucking horrific looking fucking version of him that's like CGI'd fuckfest, and it doesn't look good at all. Like it immediately took me out of the movie. And it's like, whoa, this is there are like, there's like a dozen fucking other androids that we could have pulled from, including there's a lot of love for 2016's Alien Isolation in this movie. The PS4 game.
Yeah.
There's a lot, bro. Like there's multiple, like the save station. Like you remember how in the game there's like manual spots like that you had to go and find this like telephone looking thing to save your game. That's just like lovingly straight up recreated in this movie.
That's rad.
Cool.
And
that's cool.
Along with a bunch of other things, like a big inspiration for this movie is Dead Space, and you can't fucking tell me that it's not, because there are like, dude, there are straight up shots that I'm like, God, this is a Dead Space vibe. So the cinematography is fucking awesome, as it should be, but it's no surprise that Fede Alvarez knows his way around a camera. But I'm really surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised with how he was able to channel Ridley Scott, because you can say whatever the fuck you want about Prometheus and Covenant. Those are beautiful movies. They are. I just barely got done watching them again. They are stupid underrated and stupid pretty to look at. And I love that Fede Alvarez came in with the same energy, basically.
Very cool.
The characters are kind of a mixed bag, but they don't. Some of them are really, really good, and some of them are just very obviously alien fodder.
Right.
Like, and I got to talk a little shit about our friends over in the UK for a second. Because there's a character in this movie that is absolutely impossible to understand, because he's like the most cockney fucking UK. There's something in the water. You know, like I can't, bro. It's not okay. It's really bad. It is so bad to the point where Angela is like, I legitimately cannot fucking understand a single word that he is
just yelling at the projectionist. Yo, can we get subtitles?
No, she's looking at me like, did you understand what the fuck he just said? Like, no. And it's like, bro, like mush mouth fucking garbage. Like, open your mouth when you're talking. For fuck's sake, man. Those teeth.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Well, at least our schools or Swiss cheese. You know, that is like, and I'm not gonna dock the movie because of the way this. If that was a fucking choice, then yes, I will ding you. But I don't think it was. I think that's just how the guy talks. Like,
well, I mean, so yeah, fun. But like, I'm sure he could dial it back.
Just a hair. Fuck.
They just didn't want him to.
Look at Hugh Jackman.
Like, they were like, no, dude, do your full fucking fat accent. Like,
watch
do
the trailer. It's really bad. Like, it's in the trailer, and thank God he's like, it's, I guess, minor spoiler. He's like one of the first to die, because holy fuck. I felt like, who's your dialogue coach? The fucking Minions. I just, you know, as soon as he died, I was like, oh, thank God. But I'm trying to think of I found the other characters to be endearing and successful in raising the stakes. There's part of it that I don't want to spoil, but the characters are good here, and you know, Cockney loser excluded. I wrote here in my little notepad, do yourself a favor after you watch the movie, do not watch the IGN 10 burning questions, because that is one of the most retarded fucking videos I've ever watched in my life. Genuine just misunderstanding of the source material, and not even a fucking chance of realizing, like, oh, maybe there's something it's trying to say. You know,
leave it to IGN to be one of the proponents of not getting something.
Well, just absolutely not getting it at all. So don't do that. So Prometheus and Covenant felt like a lot of people really don't like those movies just because of what Ridley Scott was trying to do. He's trying to tell a story of origin and make some sense of this universe. And I think he succeeded, just because I feel like they're poignant pieces of art on creationism, if that's a word, like the idea of creation, and like, and of God, and where we really come from. I think it is horrifically interesting. And I hope that, because this movie is not that at all. Nothing. Like, this movie is as close to a horror movie I feel like the Alien movies will ever get. The Prometheus and Covenant are self-admittedly, by Ridley Scott himself, they are two movies of a trilogy. And we never got to see that third movie. And I'm hoping that this movie opens the door towards eventually see, please, 20th century, whatever the fuck you are now, please let Ridley Scott finish the David story, please. I feel like there is massive payoff to be had with that story. But this is a good old-fashioned fucking horror movie. There's excellent stakes, there's excellent characters that you do care about. The
just
last
not the British guy.
Just not the British guy. He couldn't have died any faster. But the last 15 minutes of this movie are bonkers, and I can see people really not liking it. But in the concept, it goes back to, and I would love to do like a spoiler filled discussion of this movie if y'all are interested, because I feel like it holds up like in by itself completely. I feel like it's a side story through and through. And like I said, very, very Rogue One-esque. And I'm not saying everyone dies, because not everyone dies. But just a really I would like to have a meaningful conversation in terms of like what is forced force powers, or like why can't the alien be born this way? Why can't there be room for, like, that's part of the scariest part of Alien is like the biological aspect of it, and how it's your body and you don't have control over this shit. And I don't know. I feel like that could be really open-ended, and artists' interpretations of how things would be, how they would look, how they would, move and sound. These are all interesting things. And I think that like Alien is in a unique position where most of its horror is body horror, is like, H.R. Geiger, biomechanical horror.
Right.
And so like, why can't this exist at the same time? And I know I'm being vague for reasons, because I don't want to spoil it, but I immediately, when I saw what they were doing in the last 15 minutes, I was like, oh, people are not going to like that at all. Holy fuck. That is strange, but it fits with it. And it's scary as fuck, like it works within the story. So, and I would love to do a full on fucking a review of this movie, just because I do think it holds up. And I know, Derek, you said you want to watch it, and I know Nick wants to watch it, and I'm sure that you can find a cam of it somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to either do that or go see it this next week.
Yeah.
You have to go see it in the theater.
Yeah.
It is such a fun experience, man. I got my Xeno donuts. I got 2 of the Alien fucking cups. I'm sorry. And I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm spending this money because this is fun. Like, if you guys had the huge Xenomorph popcorn holder, I'd be buying 2 of them bitches too.
Yeah.
Like, I love that shit. That shit is so fun, especially when Alien is so tied to the movie theater.
Yeah.
It has such a rich history in cinema. You know what I mean?
Right.
It fits. And I had a good ass fucking day last night, and I'm gonna do it again tonight. So
hell
yeah.
My review is 9.5. Some questionable CGI and puppetry aside, I think it's fucking awesome. I literally couldn't expect more. Or whatever the fuck, 20th century, whatever you are, let Ridley Scott do what he needs to do. Okay? Let him do it.
Getting it.
Part 3, baby. David, the homosexual android.
Oh, wait, actually, one thing I did totally forget for news. Just really briefly, I want to talk about Kraven the Hunter and Rhino.
Right. Okay, so fucking Sony shadow dropping fucking
that teaser
fucking at like midnight. Like last week.
Sounds very Sony. Let's be honest.
True.
Here.
So first of all, that thing is bloody, dude. Like that teaser is fucking violent, which I was very pleasantly surprised about.
Right. Right.
And when Craven dons the pelt and everything that he's known for, like I actually kind of have a little bit of hope for this.
Yeah, it actually does look promising. Like out of all of the Rogue Gallery movies that Sony is milking with from
milking table Pornhub.
Yeah. Fucking this one actually looks like really good. Aaron Taylor Johnson looks really good as Craven the Hunter.
He does.
Russell Crowe is his father. Like, I mean, it
a lot of people are clowning on the still of Rhino, but like, I mean, and the still looks hilarious. But if you actually watch the teaser, it looks pretty good in action.
It does. I honestly, this Rhino is probably like the best looking Rhino I've seen.
It's the most comic accurate. There is still some weird stuff about it. Number one, it seems more like a Colossus situation where it's just sort of like a mutation that he can turn on and off.
Yeah.
Which that's really weird.
That is really weird.
I mean, in the comics, it was like a polymer suit that gives him, additional strength and so on and so forth. But it's a suit, and his normal, I say normal on purpose, but like his normal human face is there, and
there's just like the little horn at
helmet,
the top.
Right? But like this, it's a part of his skin, like he just turns it on and like, so in the still, like even his face is gray and rhino like, and that part was kind of weird, but it's a fuckload better. I like, come at me if you want, it's so much better than that goddamn ridiculous mecha suit we got in the second Amazing Spider-Man, was it?
Yeah,
Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti was in that. So
Paul
that's
Giamatti.
Right. I was like
horrific Russian accent.
Yeah, like
horrific.
What that is like the weirdest fucking casting to me is Paul Giamatti.
Very weird casting, but and I like, this was still during the, like, I mean, I guess it's years later, but this still has that whole feel of, well, we have to make it make sense in a real world sensibility.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to do that? Make it a mecha suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just like, stop trying to make it like force jam shit into actual reality rules. It's not reality. It's fiction. You can make shit up. You can make shit that doesn't adhere to the rules of our real universe.
We're all we all know exactly what it is, right? Like we can suspend belief that there are that there are hobbits and fucking dragons and all that other shit, but a guy in a polymer rhino suit is too far,
right?
Off.
Or Vulture. Why the fuck does Vulture have to be mecha suit?
Yeah.
Like, why does everything have to be mecha? Stop making everything mecha, please, for the fuck. Just stop.
It's easier, and it's easier to attach CGI to
it. No, stop it. Fucking stop it.
Knock it off.
Knock it off. Or just pick a different character that you don't have to do that with.
Fictional character.
No one made you put Vulture in your movie. No one made you put Rhino in your movie. Just fucking stop it if you're not going to do it right.
Exactly.
And I saw on that the article that I think it was a Nerdist article if I'm not mistaken, but on the article that I was looking at when I was researching it, some lady had commented and was like, finally we get a real Rhino, and then like right the comment below that, this other lady was like, well, we got the most accurate version in the Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man with the mecha suit. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not even close to original or accurate or any, like, you are what?
Tell me you don't tell me you don't know anything without telling me you don't know anything.
Right?
These people can drive, man.
Yeah, like, oh my God, dude. Do you, I mean, it's fine if you haven't, but have you ever read a comic?
Yeah.
Have you
Or
ever
at least
looked
seen
at,
the cartoon? Like,
yeah, that's true. Have you even seen the Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s? Like, even that was, oh my God, dude, it just blew me away. Just blew me away that she was like, yeah, that's the best version we've ever gotten. That was the most accurate to the character. And I was like, the fuck it is.
no.
But anyway.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Cautiously optimistic.
I'm cautiously optimistic too, like way more than I was before.
Yeah.
So I mean that teaser did its job.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, that concludes our news episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Catch us next time when we talk about the Blade trilogy movies. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook, the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Twitter and Instagram at NerdCorp Podcast.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcorppodcast@gmail.com. Since you're watching on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that's the best way to do that. So, from all of us here and not here at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you. We love you. Keep it nerdy, y'all.
God bless.
One thing before we go, shout out to my Black King Xander. He was sitting right next to me during the movie, and he was like constantly like poking me and was like, "Hey, what does this mean? What is it like? What It's like." And he was on a date with a white girl, and she went to the bathroom, and he's like, "Can you tell me like what I need to know about this?" I guess
White
I am.
girls?
No, about the movie. I'm sure he knows all he needs to know about them snow bunnies, brother. So, and it was fun talking to him. So shout out to him. I hope he got some white pussy that night.
Big shout out.
Big shout out to my Black King Xander.
You just lean over. They like Lululemon and Starbucks.